9 ways to push up the price of animated video and pay more. So why on earth should you pay more? Nobody wants to pay more. But 3 things may cause this to happen. I'll quickly run through them. Customers, competitors, and goals. Let's quickly see what this means. Customers. The chances are you'll want to make them a video that gets them genuinely involved with your proposition. The video might be your primary proposition delivery vehicle. So you have to consider, is a low impact, quick benefit video message enough? Now it might be, but you know your customer profile. You need to be certain. Competitors. Are you in a tough marketplace? Well, everyone says yes they are, but if it's a real yes, the chances are that looking different from the crowd is a must-have for you. It's not an option. Your customers have to be able to tell you apart from competitors. If you all look the same, they'll just buy from the cheapest. So a long-lasting impression may be necessary to really win your customers over and stand out from the crowd. Your goals? Now here's something that's difficult for some people to do, but you've got to be able to put a value on what you expect from your video. For example, if you think your video will win you 50% more engagements, then put a money value on it. The same for, say, 15% more conversions, money value please. 5% more leads, money value. You need to correlate between what you're paying for your video on one hand and what your return is in terms of money or performance, but ultimately it comes to money. You need to know this, and then you can budget accordingly. So now onto the substance of this, 9 ways to push up the cost of animated video. And the first one is longer runtime. Telling a more involving, meaningful story will use more vital seconds, you'll pay more time. Animation costs hinge on runtime. More characters. The more characters you have, the more visually rich your story. Put more characters in, it'll look so much better, so much livelier. Now you need to put expression into characters. Real reactions and feelings, they have to show. Now this is more than just like a head nod that lasts 3 seconds on screen. You want something that's going to make customers think, oh yeah, Your characters can speak. Look at Homer Simpson, he's lasted 20 years. It's because they speak. They make it real. But this requires lip sync, and it's quite skilled and it takes some time. So again, you're pushing your cost up. You may want complex character movements. As we mentioned, often character movement is just a shrug or a nod of the head, very simple stuff, and that's because it's cheap. This is one way to push costs down. But you may need to show specific operations or demos, or just generally have characters much more interesting in the way they move or wave their arms, react. Complex character movements take more time. Use higher skilled people, cost more money. The same with scenes. You can have one screen that lasts 12 seconds. That costs less. But you might want to show different scenarios of your vertical markets or the way things are used. You might want 4 different scenes in 12 seconds instead of 1. It's all time, it's all work, and it will push up the cost of your video, but it'll be more involving. Going on further, scriptwriter, this is interesting. See, getting a better scriptwriter often doesn't cost a lot more. If you can find someone who's better than average, they will tell a better story for you. You can make the same sort of, not exactly savings, it pushes the price up, but a better voiceover will tell your story more compellingly. A really great voiceover is like a violinist. When they speak, every inflection for every syllable, every word, every phrase, every sentence comes out so interestingly. They draw your audience in. And when you compare them with an average professional voiceover, the average is more like a one-trick pony. They're great for 10 seconds, but are they really good enough to sustain your audience in a fascinating way? Illustrator. Well, Animation Illustrator can produce original artwork and design for animation. Now, a good illustrator who does this for a living all the time probably costs more. You might be told you've got an illustrator, oh, we've got an illustrator, but there could be someone who just like doubles as a web designer and like 10 other things. You don't know. A really good illustrator you'll pay more for, but they will give you something special that looks original. Or, if you don't want to go the whole 9 yards on cost, they can take existing clip art, which costs peanuts, and they can modify it in a good way to make it look more original and still stand out in your marketplace. Of course, there's music and sound, the quality of the animator, 3D, animation, foreign languages. These all push up the cost of your video. But we've done the big 9, and these are the main things that will push up the price of your animated video. Business Video News is the name of our newsletter. It'll keep you up to date with industry expert opinion, news and advice. You can subscribe with no strings attached. I'd recommend you do. It's how you're going to keep up to date. Okay, that's it. 9 ways to push up the price of animated video and pay more. Okay, back to work.